Hello, welcome back to the World's Dawn Developer
Let's Play.
Let's play.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I don't know where that came from. I like it. I like the energy.
We gotta bring a little more energy to this playthrough, especially. It's been a while since we recorded.
Yeah,
I'm a little rusty. We just recorded for the last 10 minutes, and I forgot to hit the start recording button before we went.
You know, it happens.
I don't know if you can call that a technical issue or just,
See, now the real challenge is that we have to try and remember what we said in 10 minutes and repeat every single word.
All the entertaining, amazing.
Yeah, I was giving my best. I don't know about you.
I would agree with that. It was literally the best 10 minutes we've ever sat down to record. And it's lost
like
forever.
We're on like the 22nd episode.
23rd.
23rd, are we? Okay,
23.
yeah, wow, that's not bad.
We are.
And how much game time do you think we probably have?
I believe it's around 8 hours and 15 minutes from what our save file tells us.
Okay.
So, yeah, we're doing pretty good. I think at this rate we'll be around 32 hours or so at the end of the year if we decide to continue this Let's Play on to its conclusion at the end of winter.
Right. So. That's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Like, as far as... If I could spend, like, I don't know, just 8 to 9 hours for an entire season of productive, like, farming and relationshiping and like, mining and fishing, man, that'd be a productive 8 hours.
We talked a little bit about games that you maybe don't feel like you spent very productively those hours, like if you've ever regretted a purchase of a game or ever regretted putting the number of hours into it that you had. League of Legends was one that came up for you.
That's my pick.
answer.
I played that for a better portion of 6 or 7 months, and it was just
certain games just kind of get their hooks into you, like whether or not you like it.
I played it with a friend and my brother. Mm-hmm. And so it was like, oh yeah, it'd be great to play, with some family and friends.
At least there's a social aspect to it there.
And it was just toxic the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, I always remember being all like, okay, so this is like a 2.5 hour commitment, and I'm probably gonna hate most of all of it.
Yeah.
And it's all like why am I playing this game?
Were there highlights of those hours that
sure,
kind of made it worth it, or at least made you tricked you into thinking it was worth it?
There was times where you're like, oh man, I'm doing like so great, it's like so awesome, and then like the next 3 games is like, oh, this is the worst thing ever. So, but
flip flop back and forth.
Yeah. What about you?
Honestly, I haven't played too many games for like way too long. I would say this series...
way too long.
Yeah, I mean, I put a lot of time into single player games and not much into multiplayer games. I've honestly not gotten too deep into any one multiplayer game. People talk about spending hundreds and hundreds of hours on one individual game, and I don't know that I've ever done that in my whole life.
Back when Team Fortress 2 was just coming out, I played that, and I played that for years.
Yeah.
And I looked, because Steam does a great job of tracking all of your time spent. I have a lifetime of 799 hours, which I know probably isn't a lot compared to some of my friends who played with me.
That's impressive to me.
But I'm just all like 800 hours to it, a single game. Man, oh man, what could I have done with those 800 hours?
Yeah, that's a dangerous way to think about it. You should probably not do that to yourself.
Probably not.
Because if you enjoyed it, or at least most of it, it's time well spent, right? Tumnus, one of the charm fairies who call this village home.
Hello, Tumnus.
Pleasure to meet you.
Ooh, okay, who are you gonna pick? You gotta pick this one.
Okay. I do like Madison and Cole, but I think I'm gonna say Logan.
Okay.
I think we've established how vital his role is in, delivering our goods and shipping everything on time.
I feel like the better he likes you, the less of a cut he takes.
Maybe that's true.
Selling your stuff is probably
or the quicker he gets everything done. Yeah, I really like Logan. Is up there with one of my favorites. I think if Logan were a real person, I can see us getting along. So I guess maybe
he's like a down to earth guy.
Yeah, very much so. That. Definitely. Yeah, I did want to chat, I guess just briefly, I wanted to give everyone an update on how I'm doing, just health-wise.
You need one of those like the news, like
like a ticker going across the screen. Like, yeah, there's been tons of just like really warm, comments coming from a great place of people. Just, how are you? How is everything going? And I just wanted to assure everybody that I'm doing great, about as well as can be expected. I'm over halfway through with my chemotherapy treatments, which is a positive thing. There might be perhaps more treatments after that, but it kind of depends on how things go. But honestly, at the moment, I'm doing as well as I could have possibly hoped. Like, all the symptoms I had before I started treatment were far worse than the side effects of the chemo that I'm dealing with now. So all in all, it's an incredibly positive. There's been a lot of forward momentum, and I feel like I can definitely tell that my body is healing, and hopefully it's only a matter of time before I'm completely back to my usual chipper, healthy self. But yeah, I guess I just want to say thank you again to everyone for being so warm and for offering so much just encouragement and positivity and amazingly warm words and kind thoughts. And yeah, I just couldn't ask for a better community. So thank you all so much, and thank you again, Mike, for sticking with it. And yeah.
You have to thank me.
I mean, it's been a really, really fun playthrough so far, and
I'm having a good time.
Yeah, me too. Okay, so we've been talking about it for a while. We're almost to the end.
Almost to the end.
Spring season. Yeah. We've got a couple more days left.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but we're still supposed to be a little nervous about the season changing before you get all of your crops finished.
We are. I am.
We haven't spent nearly enough time right now about being nervous about that.
Mm-hmm. I have a feeling, I think I've said this before, at least one of our crops will grow, but I honestly don't know which one it's going to be. Maybe both, if
you're lucky.
If we just pray to the feral shades hard enough. If we truly believe.
Woo-wee.
Not too bad.
Thanks, Barley.
Yeah, I think we were also working towards our first chicken purchase.
Yeah,
I think that's a good next purchase for us. Come on.
Oh,
hey,
look at that.
Strawberries.
You have one strawberry.
One strawberry.
There you go. Okay, this is, like a little bit of...
A little bit. Yeah, I know we planted some wheat, so that will continue growing into the summer, so I'm not too worried about that. But what else was it? Was it cabbage or potatoes that we grew? I can't quite remember.
I don't remember.
One of those two.
Yeah. Cabatos.
A hybrid.
The cabatos.
A weird, mix.
I go for a cabato right now.
I was kind of excited the other day that the weather's been sort of nice, and my wife and I planted our garden out in our yard. So we got a bunch of veggies in the ground, and hopefully they do well. I don't know. Every year we kind of do a little bit more and learn a little bit more, so our garden gets a little bit nicer. But
it's quite awesome. Yeah,
I'm excited to see all kinds of stuff. We got a ton of zucchini last year.
Yeah.
Which, it's not the most exciting vegetable to get a lot of. It grows really well here, and just what do you use zucchini for?
Chop it up, put it in.
Yeah.
Cook it,
and that's good.
Zucchini
Once in a while, but
yeah, that's true.
Maybe
not
every meal.
I guess that big.
It's not like a potato that you can just eat it.
I feel like I could eat cucumber every meal.
Yeah,
I love cucumber.
Cucumber, good, yeah.
Tomato. I love tomatoes.
See, you're doing
just
it
chopping
wrong
tomatoes up.
If you just eat the cucumber without pickling them, though.
That's fair.
I'm a big fan of pickles, and it's just
and I have to agree, because I love pickles so much, but at the same time, there's something about a fresh, just just delicious cucumber slice that I just all the time. I'm always the foods that are water based, like watermelon, and I like it. I'm I am just a thirsty dude. Just
maybe that's what it
is. Just a thirsty dude. Any food that's 90% water is good in my book.
Fruit, yeah. As Bryn reminds us constantly, bursting with juices.
Bursting with juices.
Yeah, that's an interesting way to look at it. It's like all my favorite veggies are wet, watery veggies. No,
The way that's
a little weird.
I'm gonna reject that one.
Yeah. I don't blame you. That's a little weird. Yeah, I think we're doing pretty well in this playthrough. I know that people. I mean, I wouldn't call myself an experienced player of World's Done, but obviously I know quite a bit about this game, and I think some people who have gotten this far will have perhaps accomplished more than we have. You know, gotten more animals, gotten a little bit farther in their romance. But I'm gonna use the excuse that we're also trying to carry on a conversation while we're playing.
I feel like you should just scrap your idea and go for the speed run at this point. Just like do the bare minimum to complete the game.
The rest of the playthrough will just be us like staring intensely at the screen, like no more talking, no more stories.
You'll have to put like a timer in the corner of the screen and like a set of instructions and what's next. Like Bryn will be like, I haven't spoken to you in like 3 seasons. Where have you been?
Yeah, but my farm is amazing.
Look at this farm.
Be impressed by my farm. Yeah. Not the way I usually play games, I will say. Let's do a little...
Ooh. Oh, and she's even watching.
I feel like that always happens. I don't know if it's just coincidence or...
Can you, as the developer of your own video game, call anything coincidence?
Listen, there are... Once everybody comes back, spoilers, there are 32 villagers. And 7 days of the week... I can't keep track of where everybody's gonna be every single day.
You say that, but like at the same time, like you also created this, so it's not too far-fetched to think that just maybe you do know what you are doing.
I know generally where people can be, but it is a little much to memorize every single schedule of every single
That's fair.
character. I think even if you like have one that you're sort of honed in on, or like a couple that you want to be friends, it's like that's a big part of the challenge of this game, is trying to learn their routines and figure out where they're going to be at any given time. Even like shops being open at certain times, I kind of have trouble sometimes remembering that. It's been a long time. Come on, give me a break. I am fully in a story beside development at this point, so...
How's that going, by the way?
Good. Yeah, we talked about it last episode.
Which was a while ago.
It was a while ago. It is going well. Yeah. I have been yeah, I guess that kind of goes hand in hand with how well my treatments are going so well. I've just physically been feeling better, and that leads to, you know, mentally feeling a little bit better and being able to be a little more productive and creative, and yeah. I certainly am not ready to make any promises about release dates or anything like that. I'm hoping it will line up at least, you know, closely with the end of my treatments, and you know, that's like in my head, that's the way it works, is I walk away from like the hospital for the last time and like release my game the next day, and like, oh, it's just gonna be such a good feeling once I got it out there in the world, and yeah. All of you guys can play it. I'm thinking about buying a bedspread. Is that crazy?
I don't think it's crazy.
It will put our chicken plans on hold for a little bit.
I mean, the way I see it is that, like, you're still using the same sheets.
Yeah.
Like, you haven't washed them, you haven't changed them.
True.
Like, if this were me, I'd want the comfiest bed.
Okay.
And by that, you know, design, like, the blankets and everything is possible. So I personally would definitely buy a bedspread.
I'm going to go for the country bedspread, this kind of brown color, because we've got the blue in the carpet, right? So I kind of want to...
Clash.
Yeah, change it up a little bit for the bedspread.
I like that.
Let's do it. It's 20 coins cheaper, too. So. It's a good deal.
I will say... You can't really compare the price because the country versus royal.
That's true.
Like that just like the terms there do not equate to that 20 coin difference in price.
Man, I never thought about it like that. But you're absolutely right. I'm actually gonna pick up some doggy chow as well since we're right here.
Mm-hmm. That's a good idea.
Yeah. let's just say 10.
Peachy.
I'll have to think about it for a while.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say.
Just every time,
you just never remember.
Every time we walk through. Yeah, it's interesting kind of walking around the town and seeing things and kind of remembering things because I did, like I say I'm not the most experienced player of World's Dawn, but obviously when you're making a game you have to play test it a lot, and I didn't, I had the game out there and available as a demo for a lot of people to try and play, but I certainly went through, especially the spring season, just to kind of test all the different systems, the farming system and the relationship system and the animals and all that stuff. Like, so much of that had to be set in place before, the very first season. So you can't guarantee that any given player is going to start with any one system. Like, they can kind of, it's pretty much open. You can kind of do whatever you want to start the game. So yeah, I did play over and over and over and over again towards the beginning of development through the and a lot of the sort of smaller little, I don't know if I would call them mechanics, but things like the coin flipping into the fountain. I mean, honestly, it just came from like walking past that fountain 100 times and being like, maybe I could do something with that fountain, like seeing it and being like, oh, maybe this would be a cool idea. So a lot of the ideas about the game came from just like playing the game, walking around the town and being like, thinking this would be cool to add. Like, how many times have you played a game that somebody else made and you've been like, this would be cool if this was in it?
A thing, yeah.
And most of the time you can't just go at it.
So, that makes sense, yeah. That's an interesting perspective. I don't think I have thought of it too much like that, but yeah. Like, there's been plenty of things where it's just like I don't know, just like, I find that like with like games that have like a hub of some kind, where it's like, oh, here's a couple of improvements that I would love to have in this like hub area that I'm going to spend a lot of time in. So I get that. Yeah,
it's it's something I do. I kind of try to look with a critical, like, developer's eye at all the games I play and say, like, even games that I love.
Developer's eye.
I mean, saying, like, how you would improve this if you could. I think that's a good exercise for a lot of...
David uses developer's eye. It's super effective.
Sometimes it's effective. But yeah, no, I think that's a good exercise for a lot of people who want to make games, is to break down their favorite games and say, like, because no game's perfect. So how would you make, Zelda better? Or how would you make this game that you love so much better? And yeah, I think applying that to your own game is important as well. Although, I will say, this game was in development for so long, and it was kind of it was a free demo. I originally didn't plan to sell it or anything, so I didn't have there weren't really high stakes. There wasn't really a budget to it. It was just kind of a hobby thing for me. So I probably added too much, like in a way, like I kept adding more stuff instead of like polishing what was already there, or basically just completing the game. I would add things like the sage glop and all the little magic touches and stuff that I'm glad are in the game, in the final game, but not every developer has that luxury of being able to say, what would be a cool thing that I could just add and just constantly be doing that over and over again.
Well, I feel like especially like feature creep is such a dangerous thing for a developer.
Exactly.
And like you gotta find that balance of the features and like your deadlines and things like
Eventually
that.
You have to move on. Otherwise the game will never get finished, But yeah, you want to... A lot of times, as an indie developer and a sole indie developer, so really the only people like holding me accountable are, it's just me a lot of times, and you want to try to keep that passion. So you do want to follow like flights of fancy, I guess is a way to say it. If you think of something really cool that you're really passionate about, follow that, because that's where creativity comes from. That's where like, new crazy
stuff.
Not
having a strong arm publisher.
Exactly. Yeah. If I can continue making my own games for the rest of my career, I will be very happy. I know that's not a common thing that people can do, so we'll see. But, okay.
Oh, 32 more. That is
yeah,
well within
within
the realm
grasp.
of wow.
Perhaps our first summer harvest will also bring us.
Yeah, I was gonna say so.
Yeah.
Wow. A lot closer than I thought.
Mm-hmm. I was kind of searching for Bloom. I think we have something.
Where he at?
Yeah, I haven't seen him.
Off causing trouble somewhere, no doubt.
No doubt. Oh, hey.
Hello.
Speaking of Sage Scott, methinks thou lookest a cunning chap. Let's see. Okay, so definitely Pixie Pollen, definitely cider vinegar. Ground Nature is something you mix, so it's not held inside the glass.
It's not in the glass bottle itself.
Exactly. Yep.
But that's also kind of a trick question.
It's a little bit of a trick question.
It is in a glass bottle when you look at it, like the item itself.
Sort of. It's kind of like a little cup or something. It's not inside. It's a different graphic than your.
Well, I mean, it's like a cup, which could probably function as a bottle.
True. Yeah, very true.
Since you use bottles like cups and cups like okay, so is every bottle a cup or is every cup a bottle? Or is this just incorrect logic through and through?
That is a great question
probably
to ponder.
To bottle
Oh,
for later.
Yeah, there we go. Hey, Bloom.
There he is.
Before I give Bloom our special item that we've got for him, let's end the episode there and take a look at this episode's featured fan art. Because I know everybody loves the featured fan art.
Featured fan art. Featured fan art.
We are probably going to slow down a little bit on the featured fan art and maybe incorporate some that are more like relevant to what's going on in the episode instead of featuring one every single episode. So if you see, an episode without one, don't.
You just got tired of my bit.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. So this one is so adorable. It's
I love it.
Player character with Haley and just the style is like the little sketch, outlines and very, very cute. Yeah, they're just obviously enamored with one another and just laughing about some joke or something. What a very cute piece. So this one was done by Jackie Kawaii on Tumblr, and
nice.
very, very nice.
Very, very, very nice.
That's even nicer than
I know.
I was
It's one
say.
nicer.
Yeah. Thank you guys for joining us, and we'll be back very soon with more World's Dawn.